So my name is Carlos Walker, and this is Art and Hustle, Black Authors Matter. And today I got Dr. Amadeus with us. Peace and blessings. And how you doing, bruh?
Peace and blessings, King. I'm in great spirits. It's a beautiful day. We're alive. We're blessed. We're healthy. We're still here in the land of living, man. So just count my blessings. And again, honored to be here with you, my brother. Thank you for having me on this amazing platform. I appreciate you, my brother. We're finally making it happen. Now is the time. So thank you so much for having me, my brother. I appreciate you so much.
It's an honor for me. So before we start, if you will share who you are and what you do.
Yes, sir. Multi-platinum music producer, Amadeus. I didn't say that. Amadeus, multi-platinum music producer that has been blessed to produce for over 100 artists. Just to name a few: Chris Brown, Trey Songz, Tyga, Keisha Cole, Jeezy, Ti, Fabulous, French Montana, Dipset, G Unit. The list goes on and on. Also, Trey Songz is music director, tour drummer for the last 18 years to present day. Number one nightclub in Las Vegas, Dre's nightclub, resident drummer, author of the story of Amadeus and the beat goes on. Motivational speaker, 2024 Bronx Walk of Fame inductee, Lifetime Achievement Award presented by the former President Joe Biden, father, brother, son, man of God. I can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on, man. But most of all, a king, man, and just grateful to be here. Grateful for my journey. We talk about 25 plus years here at me being a part of the music business and the music industry, sharing my gifts, my God given gifts and talents with the world. So that is who I am in a nutshell. So much more to that, but I'll leave it there.
So one of my favorite verses in the Bible, it says, your gift will make room for you and put you before great
Mm,
men. And your gift to be able to drum, to be able to produce, it does not put you just in front of great men and women, but youth.
yes, sir.
Those are, to me, those are the great men and women that the Bible was speaking about, because you don't know who these people are, and you
Right.
don't know how you're about to encourage and impact them.
Yes, sir.
So,
I agree.
thank you for writing your book. Now, this is what we came here for. If you
Absolutely.
will share with me why you decided to write this book and
Mhm.
what it's about.
Absolutely. So prior to me working on this book, for about 15 plus years, I've always, walked in schools and pushed the kids to chase and live their dreams and just, hit them with inspiration and motivation of how they can be whoever they want to be in life, regardless of whatever it is, whether it's a musician like myself or them dreaming of being a doctor or a lawyer or educator or police officer or firefighter, whatever it is that they want to do, they can become. And oftentimes the conversations are not being had. They go to school and they learn the fundamentals, which is very important, reading, math, English, science, social studies, and all of those things are needed in order to make it and to survive in the world that we live in. But, another conversation that's important to have as well is, what are you passionate about? What do you love? What do you want to be? What do you want to achieve in life? You know what I mean? And when I have these conversations with these young kings and young queens in the schools, it's one of the most powerful and impactful conversations to have. Like the excitement that they show, raising their hands, jumping up and down, screaming and yelling what it is they want to do and what it is they want to be, and just being so excited, to talk about it is a blessing. So I've been doing that for years to present day. As you can see on as we follow each other and support each other
Mhm.
on social media. And during the pandemic, it was a time where we needed to sit and be still, and be inside and quarantine and surrounded by family. And that was the time that I said, man, you know what? It would be really dope if I can create a book or something that I can actually leave with the students for them to refer back to. When you host these assemblies and you're speaking to hundreds and hundreds of kids, some kids are reached, some kids aren't. Some kids are paying attention, some kids aren't. Somebody is talking, somebody is not really focused on what's being said, and they can go on one ear and out the other. So I said, well, if I can continue to do this assemblies and speak life into them, but also leave them something tangible that they can refer back to and say, I remember this, this dude Amadeus pulled up to my school and he was talking that talk, but he gave us a copy of his book. He signed it, and they can refer back to the message that I was sharing, with them at their schools. And basically, the book is pretty much about how I became, who I am today, the talent that I am, the musician, the music producer, what it entailed. And the dope part about it is I'm not a big reader when it comes to reading books. I'm always going to be honest and transparent. Is the best way to be. I'm very visual. So when you need to teach me something or show me something or enlighten
Mhm,
me, I need to see it. It's
mhm,
one thing to tell me and show me, on page, on paper, right? But it's a whole other thing to be able to show me. I
mhm,
visualize. So I watch a lot of TV, a ton of movies, documentaries, anything I need to take in, I watch. So I said to myself, for the person that's similar to me, that may not be into books, that may not be a reader like that consistently, how can I get that person to read this book? And it was simple, short, sweet, to the point. So the book is 26 pages. It has pictures, actual pictures of myself, growing up, that I went to and got, in regards to my
mhm,
photo albums. My mom's have photo albums of us when we was little kids. So I went and scraped up, each and every photo that I
mhm.
can find that makes sense, that told the story. So it's 26 pages. Is actual photos of myself and my family in the process of me becoming Amadeus, the musician, the producer. And I feel like it's well done, man. It's a masterpiece. It's well done. Shout out to my co-authors Trina Stackhouse and Lynn Hobson. Couldn't have done it without those two amazing queens. In regards to the amazing writers that they are, to bring my story to life in this book, and that's pretty much what it is and how it all came together.
I know you have stated that your main reason for doing it is to leave them with an impact after the fact.
Yes, sir.
Because normally what happens, especially at those assemblies, they mess around, get in there, they're impactful, they're up and riled up
Yes,
at the
sir.
moment.
Yes, sir.
After the moment, what happens? It may fade away.
Absolutely.
That book, because I'm pretty sure you signed them too.
Oh yeah, or every single copy, no matter how many it is, like every copy, every person that has received or purchased or ordered, any child, any school, I signed them all. So I'm talking about, there's been times where schools, order 300 copies, 400 copies, and I have them shipped to me, and I'll sit here, put some music on at the crib, and stack them all up and sign each and every single one of them. And I just wanted them to know that it's coming directly from me. I'm signing it, and it's from me to them. It's a gift from me, to them. So I signed every copy of the book.
I want you to know, King, that is impressive because I understand the power of a name.
Man,
When you understand the power, I tell everybody, and I want to ask you, what do your name stand for? What does it mean?
loves God, loves God, loves
Okay.
God.
So
Yeah.
this is what I learned. People give names,
Mm,
God give meaning. God gave you a meaning when he gave you a name.
man.
And you have chosen to not just hand them a book. They can get
Hmm.
that book off Amazon. The
Yes, sir.
school can buy them all from there. You chose to add an intentionality to it and
Yes,
go a
sir.
step further. And that's to give them not just the book, but your name.
Yes, sir.
I've met many authors, and what they fail to realize is that people can buy the book off Amazon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
To get your signature is huge. Older people, when you meet them and you share with them that you wrote a book and you sign it for them, they ask for the signature.
Yes, sir.
For a young person, how much more impactful do you think that that person will get? Because they may become a writer, they may
Right,
become a
right,
producer,
right.
and you were the one that impact their whole that book forever,
Yes, sir.
especially with the value of it.
Yes,
And they
sir.
may not even understand it right now, but
Right.
God understand why he put you in these rooms with these young people to
Yes, sir.
impact them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, they be so excited, man, and because most of them, like when I pull up to the schools, and I just shout out to Benjamin Franklin Middle School in Teaneck, New Jersey. They was my first assembly for the new 25-26 school year, and it was so lit, bro. Like I just posted, I shared it yesterday, and like I could barely speak. Like the energy was through the roof. They didn't start on time, so I didn't have the amount of time that I was, supposed to have to be able to really speak to them and break it down and just give them the jewels and the gems that they needed. I probably got to speak about 5 minutes. 5 minutes is all I had. and I felt rushed and I felt bad. Like I felt rushed. And I said what I needed to say in about 3 to 5 minutes. And they didn't want to leave. They didn't want me to leave. Like, and it was just hard to get them like to calm down to listen to the words. And I felt bad about it. I felt like, I didn't really get to do what I usually do and make the impact that I made. And shout out to great brother and great king, Principal Williams. He was like, man, let me tell you something, bro. Like you stepping foot in here and walking in our auditorium, if you never said a word and you just
Mhm.
greeted them and did what you did, slapped every five, gave every hug, took every selfie. They were running up to me with like little ripped pieces of paper from their notebook, from their textbooks, like, "Can you sign? Can you sign? Can you sign?" And no matter what, no matter how many, I made sure I did it all. And I just felt bad. And he was like, "My brother, the impact you made on my kids," and this is days later. He's like, they're talking about it right now, like begging, like, when is he coming back? Because I promised them I was going to come back and finish what I started. I was like, I can't leave y'all like this. Like, I got to come back. So they're in my DMs, little kids, they're in my DMs, sending me messages. When are you coming back to BF? Like, amazing, my brother. Amazing. So when I do sign the books, and I share that with them, like, hey, you guys are all getting a copy of the book. The first thing they ask, can you sign it? Can you sign it? Can you sign it? I'm like, guys, open up the first page, and they open up the first page, and they're like, "Oh my God, he signed it!" And I write and hashtag Dream Big,
Dream
and then my signature, and then the year. So I sit down for every book
I
and
love
write
it.
hashtag Dream Big, my signature, and the year. So every student, so it ain't just a quick name, and it's very
Mhm.
intentional. There's a message in it. And I sign every book the same way, no matter the line, no matter how many I got to sign. I want everybody to feel that same love.
That is important. For one, is intentional for each individual.
Yes, sir.
It shows how much you care.
Yes, sir.
When we actually do the things that you're doing, and that's stepping out to go speak to them,
Mm-hmm.
it brings about in them somebody cared enough.
Yes,
And
sir.
they may not even pay attention to it now. Like you said, some of them, they're talking, doing this thing,
Yeah.
they may not be
Yeah.
paying attention. Later on, it hits them, and they realize not only was I in the midst of somebody great, but that
Mm,
I am great because God allowed this person to only take a moment of time, like he
mm,
said, like he told you. And I know you wanted more time. God needed you to be able to see that no matter what amount of time is
mm.
impactful.
Yes, sir.
So, few other questions,
No
and then
worries.
and then we can wrap it up.
No worries, bro. Take your
Um,
time. Okay, we good. I'm enjoying this conversation, my brother. I love your spirit and energy, man. For real.
Appreciate you. I
Yes,
know you
sir.
got another book coming.
Okay.
I
Okay.
can actually feel that. Now I
Okay.
don't know if you have already thought about it.
I have not. I feel like, because, and I love that you said that, right? So the story of Amadeus and the beat goes on. Like the end the beat goes on was intentional. You know what I mean? And again, shout out to my co-authors, Lynn Hobson and Trina Stackhouse. Like that was their idea of like, because the story continues. What you're
Yes.
getting in this book is it stops at my first placement as a music producer. So
Mm.
it stops there, right? So there's so much more to the story, so many details that can be told, that in continuation of the story of
Mhm.
Amadeus and the beat goes on. So I haven't started. It hasn't been a thought process. I feel like there's so many more hundreds of thousands of kids and people that need to receive this, that I want to make sure that I put enough energy into this one. And because this is the original story, this is the blueprint, you know what I mean? And oftentimes as creatives, we get so creative and so motivated, to continue to work and grow and create, that sometimes we don't really take the time that's needed to really push what you already have. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
So
word.
yeah, so I really wanted, and it may take years. It may take years because I've been, it's probably about 2 years old, maybe a little longer. I'm really getting my feet wet in the educational system, really getting myself planted and God is really opening a lot of amazing doors and walking into these schools and introducing myself to the principals and really connecting the dots there. So there's so much more work to be done and so many amazing young kings and queens that need this book. So I just want to take my time. I don't want to rush. Even Lynn and Trina was like, we got more in us. I'm like, I know, but patience is key. Let's really take the time to make sure that we plant this seed, you know, and allow it to harvest and grow, and then we'll know when it's the right time, for the next phase or the next chapter.
Because you'll feel it.
Yes, sir.
Two, what makes you be so intentional with
Mm,
everything that you do?
yeah. I mean, there's, and I don't know the exact number, right? But there's zillions, and that's probably not even a number of people in the world, right?
Mhm.
Um, and we're all gifted and talented in our own right, and in our own way, and we're all capable of doing everything. So like you said, you've met with a ton of authors. You know what I'm saying? Both male and female. There's authors that you haven't even had the opportunity to sit with that you will. So there's so many people that are in the same field, whether it's music, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's being authors, whatever that may be. And for me, it's like, what sets you apart? That's the question that I ask myself on a day-to-day basis. And it's not something that I have to struggle and answer because, as you mentioned, I'm very intentional with everything that I do. When I go and have these conversations with the schools, whether it's an assembly, whether it's me giving a commencement speech, whether it's just speaking life into anyone, it's not scripted. It's not scripted. It's unrehearsed. It's never written. I've never written a speech a day of my life. The day I tried, it just went to shambles where I had to just ball it up and say, "Okay, this is not it. I'm just going to allow God to use me," and that's what I do when I step into a room, an arena, a building, and I tell the people, I have no idea of what I'm about to say to you, no idea,
Mm.
and I'm very honest and very transparent. And then looking at me like, "Well, why is this guy here?" And I said, and I just did this at a gala last week, and I looked in the room and I was like, I don't know, with the microphone in my hand, I don't know what I'm about to say to y'all. I said, but I believe God and I trust God and I know that God will speak through me to you to give you the message and the information and the words that you need. And that's why I'm so intentional. Every school, every student, every person needs something different. What I
Come on.
said at PS 18 is different from what I'll say at, PS 671. It's two different worlds, two different schools, two different boroughs, different circumstances, different challenges, different walks of life. What I said over here may not be needed over here. So when I enter
Mhm.
into the room, I ask God to show me. I said, let me feel the room. Let me feel the spirit. Let me feel the energy. Let me feel them. Let me feel their hearts. Let me feel what they need so that I can give them what they need. So that's why I'm very intentional, even with music, right? And it's not to downplay myself musically, and it's just the truth where I may not be the biggest music producer in the world. Like when you think of, and just to show you what I'm saying, when you say Timberland, everybody pretty much knows Timberland. When you say Pharrell Williams, Neptunes, they know. When you say Kanye West, they know. When you say Amadeus, they know, but they may not know as they know with the names that I mentioned. And again, this is not to downplay who I am and what I do, but I just know facts and I just know what it is. And I'll break down what I'm saying and it'll all make sense. Where it's like how I create is different.
Mhm.
I never created to make the biggest hit. I never followed trends. I never followed sounds. I just followed my heart.
Come on.
You lock me. What's your creative process, Amadeus? Lock me in a room, leave me alone, throw away the key. Don't tell me who you need music for. Don't give me a target. Don't give me direction. Just leave me be. I'm gonna go in that room. I'm gonna lock the door, and however I'm feeling in that moment at that time is what you'll get out of me musically. If I'm in a challenged, dark place, you're gonna hear that. If I'm feeling happy go lucky, you're gonna hear that. If I'm feeling swaggy and sexy and I'm in a love vibe, you're gonna hear that. And it might not be the most popular thing, but it's the most authentic thing. And
Yes.
it's real and it's who I am and it's what I felt at the moment. So that when I go send those tracks to artists and managers and A&Rs and my prayer is that they can connect with me musically and feel what I felt in that moment and align with that and allow them to be creative and write whatever they need to write on top of the track that I just presented them. Right. So that song most songs that I've done has been really deep. It's been really internal. Like Jim
Mhm.
Jones, he's made Ballin', he's made all of these hit records, but then with me, he made a song called My Diary, where he
Mhm.
talked about his story and what he's overcome and the challenges of, being in the streets and being from Harlem. Like, Mike Jones, it was the last song he put on his album, the last song he recorded, and the song was called Grandma. And he talked about his grandma that passed, that spoke life into him his entire life, that didn't get to see him make it, but he knows that she's with him in every step of the way. You know what I'm saying? So these are the songs that we've made. Justin Bieber, you know what I mean? He made a Christmas album. Him and Chris Brown gathered, wrote a song called Christmas Eve. Like, so that song will resonate for the rest of eternity because there will always be a Christmas Eve, and you'll always think about the song that Justin Bieber and Chris Brown wrote. Speaking of being with your loved one, your significant other on Christmas Eve and gathering in love, waiting to celebrate Christmas Day. You know what I mean? So that's why I've been, intentional. And again, sometimes it's not the most popular thing to be. It's not glorified, but it's impactful and it's meaningful, and it resonates with people, and it resonates with people for the rest of their lives, which is why 25 plus years later, I'm still here. I'm still in the game. I'm still creating. I'm still doing what I love musically, when a lot of my heroes, a lot of the greats that have given us hits, throughout the years are no longer here because everything changes. Styles, sounds, vibes, chemistry, like what people want to hear, tempos, vibes, sampling, like everything changes, and you have to be willing to and able to evolve and able to pivot. And that's something that I've been able to do throughout my entire career.
And you allow God to be the guide of it all.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um,
And I love that you said that because I was having a conversation yesterday, and most times when I'm having conversations and interviews, and people will say, "Yo, what's next for Amadeus?" And I'm like, "Man, whatever God has for me." Whatever. What are you working on? I don't know. Like, I'm just here, and I'm just, following, the spirit, and doing what I love each and every single day. Waking up is a gift, and I just wake up, and nothing really planned and organized except for conversations like this and events and outings and performances. But when it comes to the day and what I accomplished in the day, whatever God has for me, man, whatever doors He's willing to open, whatever keys He's willing to give me to unlock those doors, you know what I mean? Whatever codes He's willing to give me to unlock those padlocks, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just walking, and allowing Him to lead me and direct me in my path.
you spoke about my spirit, but your spirit is gratefulness.
Mm.
I can actually feel it. Uh,
You on
probably,
point, bro. You on point.
probably the reason why we are really kind of connected because I understand the gratefulness. Everybody, they said millions didn't make it. You're one of the ones that did,
Mm.
and you're here with impact,
Yes, sir.
with intentionality.
Yes, sir.
These things right here, how you go into them schools, writing the book. Even the reason why you don't want to just be too fast forward and move into the next one is because you want it to be intentional and impact.
Yes,
You
sir.
want to make sure that everything that it has in it, that it does what it's called to do before you create the next one.
Yes, sir.
And that is powerful.
Yes, sir.
So before we go, I want to ask you to give me a word of wisdom
Mm.
for anybody, no matter what stage they at in life, whether they're at the beginning or whether uh they got fruit on their tree. Give me a word of wisdom, and then let everybody know where they can purchase your book, because I want them. Please, y'all go get his book.
Thank you, brother.
It's not a long read, and
Right.
matter of fact, before I ask the rest of it, what made you make it short? Because you can write this,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
why is it this?
Again, just understanding how I am, of me, as I mentioned earlier, not being a reader, and wanting to target those that read and
Mhm,
target those that it may not be their cup of tea. I
mhm.
wanted to be able to hit both readers, and for me, I'm like, what will make me pick up this book? And it was like short, sweet, to the point, with images. You know what I'm saying? So that was the whole, direction around it, making it 26 pages. And we didn't force it, when we were writing and getting it done, and we ended up at 26 pages. It was where it was at, and it felt good, and it didn't feel like it needed to be longer, it didn't feel like it needed to be shorter. It was just right.
It was perfect.
um you know what I mean? So that's what it was. And in regards to, words of wisdom, I think something that I really love to share is, and I'll ask you to do this as we hear, and for those that are tuned in, you can do this as well and join us. I want you to look at your hands, like look at your hands, right? And when you look at your hands, there's so many things you can see. But to me, the most important thing about your hands are your fingerprints, right? Someone can have your name, someone can have your ethnicity, can be from the same block, the same neighborhood, the same country, same skin tone, same mama and them, right? And you can look like somebody, you can have a twin, somebody can want to be like you can want to be like someone else. We can all be inspired by, but as we look at our hands and our fingertips, we see that we have fingerprints, right? And the key to it is we're the only ones in the world with these fingertips and with these
Mhm.
fingerprints. What am I saying? What I'm saying is no one in the world is you.
Mm.
No matter how people may try to be, no matter how people are similar to you or like you know what I mean? Whether it's your family member, it doesn't matter. Out of the billions and billions and trillions of people that exist in the world, there's only one you. I'll prove it. If you went and stole something, the first thing they do is dust for fingerprints. And no matter what you've done, where you've run off to, how you try to hide, when they get them prints, it comes back to you no matter what, because there's only one person in the world with your fingerprints, right? So if we can look at that and see negativity and get the negatives out of that fingerprints in regards to catching you when you do something wrong, imagine if we turn that leaf and we think about the positives
Mm.
of you owning these fingerprints, and it's only being you, one you in the world, right? So regardless of, you seeing Superman and Spider-Man and Wonder Woman and Thor and all of these superheroes in the world, you are absolutely a superhero because you're the only person in the world with these fingertips and with these fingerprints. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I wanted to share, and enlighten the people that may, feel discouraged, that may feel down, that may feel like they ain't got it, that may be comparing themselves to others, that may be losing hope. That's the greatest gift that you can have. I feel is just individualism and you being the only person in the world, and no matter how many people are out there, no one is you. So tap into that, be grateful for that, appreciate that, love you, you know what I mean, stronger and harder than anybody else can. Love who you are with all your imperfections, with all your flaws, because through it all, you are amazing, you are great. God made you specifically you, for you to make a difference and for you to be changed and for you to share your God-given gifts and talents with the world. So do that, um, and don't turn back and never, ever, 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 ever give up.
That's powerful. Share with them where they can find your book and where they can find you.
Absolutely. My book is on my website, iamkingamadeus.com. Once again, iamkingamadeus.com is the website for you to order the book. Like I said, I don't have it on any other platforms. It's only on my website, so it's not on Amazon. It's not, you can't get it anywhere else. You have to come to me, and I've done it like that purposely because I wanted to have my hands involved. I want the book from to come from me to you.
Mhm.
I get the books, I sign them,
Mm.
I package them up, I go to the post office, I mail them out. It's coming from me directly to you. And at this present moment, I'm in the position where I can do that and I have the time to do that. And the orders are not too crazy for me not to be able to, but there will reach a time when millions and millions around the world will be purchasing the book. And I obviously can't sign millions of copies of books. So while I'm doing this, still, be sure to get your copy. Once again, that's at iamkingamadeus.com. It's the website. On Instagram, it is Amadeus PBM, AMADEUS PBM. Once again, it's Amadeus PBM. I'm on other platforms, but that's the platform that I am on the most. that I give my time to the most. So if you connected with me on Instagram or via my website, will be the perfect way to connect with me, and of course, or order your signed copy of The Story of Amadeus and The Beat Goes On. Please go get that. Appreciate your support, my brother. Thank you for having me on your amazing platform. Really love the conversation. Appreciate your love and support, and most importantly, your patience. I know we've been trying to get this done for quite some time, but today was the right moment. Today was the right time. God said it. God ordained it. Here we are. We got it done. An amazing conversation. For those that are tuned in, I pray that you were blessed from this conversation. And my brother, thank you again for all that you do. Thank you for allowing God to shine a light on you. Thank you for your spirit. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for your vision. Because I'm sure the people will be blessed by our conversation, not only by me, but by you as well. Because I absolutely was blessed, by your presence, by your grace, by your conversation, by how you carry yourself, by your energy, by your spirit. And it was just what I needed to start off my day. Like I said, I have a very long day with a lot of movement, a lot going on, but this set the atmosphere. This set the precedent, the precedence for what today will be and what today will bring. So I appreciate you for starting out my day in such an amazing way, my brother. Blessings to you.
I thank God for just the opportunity. I'm honored to be able to do the things that I do, but I'm honored to be in front of the people that I get to meet. I tell everybody I only meet great people. That
Mm,
doesn't matter, no matter what stage they're in.
yes, sir.
I I get to understand that everybody has greatness, and I heard you say it earlier. Everybody has greatness in them,
Yes, yes,
and
yes, yes.
it's up to the ones who have already became to draw it out of those that don't
Mm,
see it in themselves. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and my name is Carlos Walker. This is Art and Hustle, Black Authors Matter, and this is Dr. Amadeus. Peace and blessings. Love
peace
y'all.
and blessings. Much love. Big Bronx in it. You heard?
Hey.